being excellent to each other. And
eat beef jerky.
dudes,
Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Brian's Jerky Journey. This is going to be episode number 37. Yeah, it's been kind of a rough week, I'm sure, for everyone else. It's been a really rough week. But I digress. I'm just your typical coronavirus suffering, the puffy eyes, can't work out, eating like crap, so I'm getting the puffy thighs, host in the place to be, the notorious Brian G. We're into week one of this COVID-19 crisis, and yeah, it's been tough. Haven't worked out in 6 days. It's killing me. It's bugging the hell out of me. It's almost kind of an addiction, getting that exercise fix in multiple times a week. And it's just been tough. You know, researching different options to try to stay active. But this week has pretty much just been getting acclimated to what is kind of the norm for the time being. So, but yeah. And I got my allergies is flaring up right now. It's been outside. It's been beautiful weather the last couple of days here in New England. But it's been a very scary past 8 or 9 days here and across the world. So, but I digress. This is supposed to be for entertainment, for your enjoyment. Trying out different jerkies, and I'm going to continue doing that. Unfortunately, more often now than I used to, given the time I have, the fact that I have more time at home to do this. So, yeah. So, and this is episode 38, I believe, just to refresh, because I have a couple episodes in queue that I still have to write up and publish. So, So I'm at the supermarket today. Very scary time. I usually love going to the supermarket. But for the most part, I've been trying to get the majority of my groceries delivered instead of going to the store. But I had to go because it's my older son's birthday next week. It's going to be turning 10 years old. Amazing to think how fast that's flown by. But I need to stop and drop off a picture and see if I can get a cake by then. And the way things are going right now, I'm scared that we might not even get it. So I'm hopeful that we can. I'm hopeful, God forbid, if there's a shelter-in-place order, that I could at least go out that day to get it. But I went to a local Market Basket grocery store in this area. And while I was there, I was just kind of looking around different jerkies. And the jerky that I grabbed, I've had it before a long time ago. I really liked it, but I figured it's been a while. I'll review it. And what it is, it's from Bridgeford, but it's called Sweet Baby Ray's. And I'm actually a fan of their barbecue sauce, which you can see right here. This is the Honey BBQ sauce. Very good, and they do their own version of beef jerky under the Honey BBQ. So, yeah. Trying to smile. Really tough to smile. It's forced. But this is what they call a big bag. It's 3 1/4 ounces. It's so you got your standard 1 ounce serving size for this 3 serving package. Just reading off the product description here. So it's a 3 1/4 ounce big bag, premium brand Sweet Baby Ray's gourmet sauce, Honey BBQ beef jerky, high in protein, no trans fats per serving. Big 3 1/4 ounce bag. Net weight ounces 3 1/4. This best eaten by date. Sorry, you can't see me here. Still waiting on my new selfie stick. I should hopefully get it early next week if all goes well. Just looking here to see the best eaten by date, which I don't see. So take it for what it's worth. A lot of these bags, they don't say it, but it's true though. There's no refrigeration required if it's an unopened bag. But if you open it, for fresher tasting beef jerky, consume it within 3 days of opening. Put it in the fridge and consume it within 3 days. I've never done that before with any of the jerky. All these reviews, for the most part, I've consumed the bag after finishing it. It's kind of like post-shoot thought. And I did that with the last episode 35's jerky. I think it was one of the originals from the original for the pit stop. and put that in the fridge, and I had it the next day, and it was delicious. And I was like, wow, who'd have thought? So if you're trying to, eat this in moderation, put it in the fridge, enjoy it within a couple days you have it, and it actually tastes just as good coming out of the fridge cold as it is opening the bag fresh for the first time. So yeah. So made in the USA. It's based Bridgeford is based out of Chicago, Illinois. In the back here, it just says it's since 1985. Sweet Baby Ray's simple philosophy about barbecue has guided everything we do. The sauce is the boss. Like I said, big fan of their actual barbecue sauce. I carry some in my fridge and use it on occasion. So Bridgeford Foods, founded in 1932. So this is written by Baron Bridgeford Jr. Here it says right here. Best if this is used before April 22nd, 2021. So Baron writes, Bridgeford Foods was founded in 1932 by my great-grandfather, Hugh H. Bridgeford. He believed that providing products of the highest quality would be the key to the company's success. More than 80 years and 4 generations later, we're still using the highest quality ingredients and signature spices to make the best tasting products available for you and for your family. So, let's go into the nutritional information, shall we? Nutrition facts: serving size 1 ounce, serving per container about 3, 90 calories per serving with 10 calories from fat, a gram of total fat with no saturated or trans fats, 25 milligrams of cholesterol with 470 milligrams of sodium, 7 grams of carbs, no dietary fiber, 7 grams of sugar, 11 grams of protein. So let's dig into the Honey BBQ Beef Jerky from Bridgeford Sweet Baby Ray's. Tenderness, texture, initial scent. So already getting a nice scent right there. And like I said, I've been sneezing a lot, so my sinuses have actually kind of cleared up right now. So I'm getting a nice aroma, and it's a nice thin piece. This is kind of reminding me a little bit. For episode 40, I'm going to be doing a kind of a reunion recap from the 20th episode. So a 20 episode reunion with my friends Dan and Joel and a new guest, DJ, where we're going to be doing what I like to call a socially distant Zoom teleconference review of additional products from Wicked Cuts. I do have some merchandise from them that I'm going to be using, and we have, I believe, 9 different flavors of additional flavors on top of the 3 that we had sampled in episode 20, where I'll do kind of a recap of the 3 that we did and enjoyment. Having DJ as kind of a newbie in this, Taste the Carolina Killer along with me, and then we'll go through the other brands as well. But I kind of portioned out samples of each of them, and then drove by each one of their houses and dropped it off to them. So we're going to do a Zoom teleconference where we'll probably see each other in different sections during the review. So a socially distant episode 40 version, doing kind of a recap follow-up on Wicked Cuts. So anyway, the point is, as I was portioning it out, it's got kind of a similar texture and tenderness to it. It's very got kind of a sticky touch to it. But it's honey barbecue, so you kind of expect that kind of flavoring to have that kind of texture. So, but I like it. I'm going to give it a 4 for tenderness and texture, initial scent. Like I said, again, kind of an initial scent, opening the bag of kind of a barbecue sweetness to it. So honey barbecue aspect. So let's go into scent and smell. I can smell that it's got a smoky smell to it. So you don't necessarily smell as much of the honey as more as the barbecue. So that'll probably lend itself to taste, chewiness and taste, the sweetness of the honey. But it's got a nice smoky scent to it. And makes you, from feeling the tenderness and the texture, how it's fairly easy. As I'm talking to you, I'm kind of breaking it up into smaller pieces like this. Very easy to kind of portion and extend out. So it's got nice, tenderness and texture to it. It lends to the scent and the smell being nice as well. I'm going to give it a 4 as well for scent and smell. And then let's see how it chews and tastes. Yeah. So, like I said, I'm a avid fan of the Sweet Baby Ray's sauce. And like literally as you eat the jerky, you're immediately hitting it. So it's basically almost like you have some meat strips and you're pouring the sauce on it, rubbing it down. That's more of a marinade than just eating it that way. So, big fan of it. I'm reminded again about why I liked it. I'll give it a 5 for chewiness and taste. So, that'll do it for this episode, number 38 of Brian's Jerky Journey, reviewing the Sweet Baby Ray's Honey BBQ Beef Jerky. like that video, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think about this video. Any other suggestions you might have. My Vegas and Orlando trips have been officially postponed. Orlando has been rescheduled to some time in October during the Halloween season, so my kids will be happy with that. And it really blows my mind thinking about how much we spent to initially fly down to Orlando during April vacation week, how peak of a time period that was, that the credit that we got, we flew 2 different airlines. We were originally going to fly 2 different airlines there and back. And one airfare coming back was enough to cover the round trip going in October, with an additional credit that will cover additional bag check-in costs, as well as maybe some other things, that amenities that we can get on the flight. And then our flight coming down basically gives us a flight out somewhere else, hopefully in the late summer. And I say hopefully given the fact that we're in this pandemic that we're in. So I'm looking forward to that, and just, it's kind of counting your blessings, staying safe, being excellent to each other, as I like to say. Just being kind, because this is something that no one person caused it, despite what our infamous president has said. And try not to get political about it, but it's in times like this that you kind of see how leaders kind of rise to the challenge or crumble under pressure. And that's all I'm going to say about it from a political standpoint. People who know me know where I stand as it relates to politics. And from a political party standpoint, I am neither a Democrat or Republican. I am an independent. I vote for what I think is best for the position, not what is the best party position. Although I will say more often than not, it has leaned more towards the Democrat side, but I have voted Republican in other elections. But I will say I did not vote in 16, and proud to say that. So, but just continue to be good and excellent to each other. And then, I'm going to review some of the other jerky that I posted earlier this week, which will lend over to episode 40, looking at the wicked cuts. So it's going to be a very busy time here for me here, and rightfully so, and good for me, given what we have going on, to kind of stay active and distracted from all that's going on. But in the meantime, you can like my channel over here. You can watch prior episodes over here. And then you can look down below where you can see my other social media channels, where you can like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, and see me on the IG. So that'll do it for episode 38 of Brian's Jerky Journey. I hope you enjoyed this journey with me, and you'll join me in the next one. Thanks.
Thank you for watching Brian's Jerky Journey. If you don't like jerky, you suck.